It's always Gold FM for us at Golden Point, Raki Raki.
Gold FM is #1 in Lusaka.
Gold FM is Nandi's best radio station.
It's always Gold FM with us here in Singatoka.
Old is gold, and Gold FM is #1 here in Lautoka.
Singatoka loves classic hits on Gold FM.
We listen to Gold FM here in Tagua.
We love Gold FM in Ba.
We've got beautiful beaches, people, and Gold FM in Raki Raki.
Lautoka loves the classic hits on Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, special court sitting for murder suspects. PDP to have 30 females in party lineup, and Christians mark Good Friday. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade. Happy Easter, and this is FBC News. 4 men appeared in a special sitting of the Nandi Magistrates Court charged with murder. It's alleged they killed a 49-year-old carpenter of Nawaithomba in Nandi. Vinod Segran, Rakesh Kumar, Matayasi Ului and Maikeli Loko appeared before Magistrate Moses Naivalu. Akosita Tale was in court and files this report.
All 4 accused have been remanded in custody at the Natambo prison for 14 days. In court, Magistrate Naivalu told the prosecution and defense lawyers there's possibilities that if the court grants bail, the accused may interfere with state witnesses. However, he has advised the 4 men that there is an option to apply for bail at the High Court. Vinod Segran, manager of Modern Glass and Mirai Nandi, is represented by lawyer Eroni Maopa, while Rakesh Kumar is represented by Rupesh Singh. Matayasi Ului and Maikeli Loko are represented by Vasantika Patel, who is in Suva and could not make a bail application. The case has been transferred to the Lautoka High Court and will be heard on May the 2nd. It's alleged these 4 men assaulted Vasudeva Naidu earlier this week. Naidu died in the ICU at the Lautoka Hospital. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
The People's Democratic Party will have at least 30 women candidates in the September elections. This was revealed to FBC News by party president Andisi Viangoro. Chanel Sivan reports.
The People's Democratic Party is the newest player in the elections race. We asked its president Andisi Viangoro what the PDP is bringing to the table.
According to our constitution, we have the minimum threshold for the participation of youth is 20%. And also for women, it is 30%. 30% is quite a minimum. That is the minimum threshold. And it is something that even this country, in as far as government is concerned, have been trying to do that since 1975.
Andisi Viangoro says even with majority male candidates, the People's Democratic Party will still field more women, more than any party has in previous elections.
49% of Fiji's population is women. That makes to 50-50. Why is there 30% of women representative in your party?
I think we can only go by history, Chanel, that 30% has not even been achieved at any point. Although we have a lot of women who are decision makers and holding management and executive positions in various corporate, private organizations, as well as in the public institutions. But at the same time, where the decision making in Parliament is concerned, we have not yet reached that threshold.
What are you going to do for our women, females watching FBC TV right now, as their representative in Parliament? What will you be doing for them?
You would have, I've put out a number of publications on this, and I believe that women, in terms of decision making, that we are equal partners in decision making, that the women, in terms of their perspectives and their views, they bring a different perspective to the decision making, and it is always good to not to engage women in the decision making of this country effectively means that you're marginalizing 50% of your human resource that you can tap into.
Violence against women will also be one of the areas the PDP will be looking. However, Andisi Via didn't have any specific plans on how PDP will address the issue. She says it'll be in their manifesto. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Fiji Democracy and Freedom Movement, a so-called lobby group in Australia, is rallying behind the United Front for Democratic Fiji. President Usai Wangatai Rewa insists the movement is apolitical, even though the United Front is made up of political parties.
The Fiji Democracy and Freedom Movement has held a number of public events in Sydney, Australia, denouncing the Bainimarama Marama administration. It's also associated with former military officers Rokotevito Luil Kambamara and Chonembole Nrokonroka, who were both terminated from the RFMF. However, FBC News has confirmed Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry recently spoke at a meeting of the Fiji Democracy and Freedom Movement.
This is part of our program to organize monthly mini forum to the proposed September election. And we were lucky enough, as we were preparing for our first one, we got word that Mr. Chaudhry is in town, and so we thought we'll make use of this moment, being a former Prime Minister.
We also asked Wangatai Rewa who the members of the FDFM are.
There's a lot of people there I've only seen for the first time in my life. The core people who are supporters of the democracy movement, probably be about a quarter of the people there, but the rest of them, I've never seen them.
Usai Wangatai Rewa still says although it supports the United Front for a Democratic Fiji, it will not back any individual party.
We have made up our mind as a management board to support the United Front for the Democratic Fiji's position, which all the three major political parties registered have come under that umbrella organization.
At its last meeting, Wangatai Rewa asked those in attendance to donate funds to the FDFM. However, no financial assistance was forthcoming. Apisolo Medoka, FBC News.
Christians around the country today commemorated the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary more than 2,000 years ago. The biblical event, which falls on Good Friday, is a religious holiday observed by Christians around the world.
The Passion of Christ is the depiction of the last 12 hours in the life of Jesus. Opens with his betrayal by Judas, his condemnation by the Pharisees, and his appearance before Pontius Pilate.
The theme behind it is the suffering of Christ. He had to go a lot of suffering in order to save the world.
This reenactment of the Passion of Christ at Nandera Parish was witnessed by both the youth and elders of the Christian community in the area.
What we witnessed today was not really what happened 2,000 years ago, but it's just a reminder that Christ came to do a mission, which is salvation for all mankind.
I could feel the atmosphere of the crucifixion itself. I thought of my own weaknesses, also of my children's. We are the ones that cause all this misery to Jesus.
I was crying when watching the reenactment of the Passion of Christ. I was deeply absorbed into the Station of the Cross.
The man who played Jesus in the reenactment says he felt the meaning of Christ's suffering and has vowed to live a life of holiness and be a good example to those around him.
I felt the Holy Spirit and strength when playing the role of Jesus Christ. I didn't feel much pain. I knew the Lord was with me.
Parish priest Father George Sting says Christians need to suffer for Christ in the calling of the church and the call for service to others in all communities, particularly the vulnerable and the needy.
There is a lot of suffering in the world, and we need to be there for them in their moments of suffering. And in the process, it also will require suffering in some aspect.
Today's reenactment of the Passion of Christ is yet another reminder to us all to carry our cross as we face up to all the challenges in life. Nikolonga, FBC News.
Coming up, landowners encouraged to use resources wisely.
Pulang 2 Tolu FM, 62 Raki-Raki.
Bula FM 62 Inosor.
Go etabo ke boto ko sa Bula FM nga.
Bula FM 62 Korbo.
Bula
FM number 2 sawa.
Bula FM number 2 lo toka. Bula.
Number 2 na Bula FM member.
Bula FM.
Number 2 NSR in Singapore.
Tali tak da warong na Bula FM lo toka.
Ali akar warong Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Ministry of Forestry is trying very hard to educate landowners on how to effectively utilize their resources, in particular waste wood from mahogany they sell. The initiative is being carried out by the Timber Industry Training Centre located in Asinu.
The focus of the training is on how best to use the leftover waste wood after mahogany logging has taken place. At the moment, the centre is purchasing this waste wood from villagers and making all sorts of useful items out of it. This includes chairs, coffee tables and other items. Production manager for the centre, Paul Tuiwawa, says they're looking for ways to use the waste wood and provide income for villagers. Tuiwawa feels once the landowners see the kinds of products made and sold from the waste wood they sell to the centre, they will be encouraged to perhaps use it for cottage industries in their own villages.
It is very important for all land resource owners to be aware of this. We need to establish loads of cottage industry in Vitilevu, Vunolevu.
They are trained in carpentry, joinery and furniture making, and they have just landed their first subcontracted job with the Pacific Islands Development Forum.
These students have completed a one-year first-hand course with us last year, and now they are starting off their own industry.
Tuiwawa says it's a good sign as more and more landowners become aware of what the centre does.
The Ministry of Forestry is hoping that these programs will help landowners establish their own cottage industries. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
The executives of Wewak Town in Papua New Guinea's East Sepik province have made further requests to Fiji for expert assistance in town and country planning and marine engineering. Fiji's High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea, Romanu Tikotikoda, told FBC News the additional request was relayed to him by the Mayor of Wewak in a recent meeting in Port Moresby. With a population of about 500,000 people, East Sepik recently requested to link up with the province in Fiji under the province-to-province initiative.
Further request was given to me because there's a seawall about 32 kilometers long will be built up in East Sepik, on the shores of East Sepik, and it will be funded by European Union. People that have interest and have those sort of qualifications, it would be better for them to get in touch with me so that I can get their CVs and hopefully tender them to the Lord Mayor of Wewak in East Sepik.
East Sepik has also asked to be assisted with the Fijian brass band master, a sports specialist, economic development and trade initiatives, and tips on tourism development. Friday Sports Now, here's Jamie.
Good evening. After the break, we take a look at Emosi Mulevoro's preparations for the final leg of the RB7 series and an update of Easter competitions around the country. This and more coming up.
Old Town Tower में it's only Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
ताकि हर घर में खाली मिर्ची FM बजे. मिर्ची FM is hot.
Best sound, best music, Mirchi FM rocks and records.
Nani का number 1 station है Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot. Mirchi FM it's number 1 in nursery.
Mirchi FM is hot.
हम लोग मिर्ची FM रोज सुनता है. मिर्ची FM जागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. Nipi halfback Emosi Mulevoro has become a key player in the Vodafone Fiji 7 squad. The fleet-footed star is relishing a chance to win the last 2 tournaments in the RB series, but knows it'll all come down to solid preparation. Chalen Dadakadaka has more.
His calm and easygoing nature belies his talent on the field. Emosi Mulevoro has had a good season thus far, but is aiming to get even better for the last leg in Glasgow and London.
First of all, I want to thank the Lord for he has been selected to be into the 12th. It's going to be a tough tournament, so we have to improve defense and attack, so we can try and win both tournaments.
Mulevoro has played in 10 tournaments in the World Series and is currently third in the list of most points scored this season. He is expecting a tough reception in Glasgow, beginning with the group stages.
Yeah, it's a really tough pool. So we have Kenya, Wales and Argentina. So that means it's a really tough pool.
Mulevoro has earned his place as one of the best halfbacks this season. He will have another chance to prove his worth in Glasgow and London. Talendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
A visiting international volleyball referee has highlighted technical knowledge and defensive lapse as major weaknesses amongst local players. Fang Yuan is an Australian-based referee who has officiated at the World Volleyball Grand Prix and the Men's World League. He has been in the country for over a week conducting workshops for officials and players. After witnessing games at the Easter Volleyball Championships today, Yuan says such weaknesses may boil down to the types of facilities that are used.
Infrastructure-wise, it's difficult for your athletes. A number of them don't dive, and that's a result of not having the facilities to learn how to dive. So if there's a weakness in the Fijian style of volleyball, it's the defensive level, where they're not able to dive because in most cases they're playing on asphalt in their daily training environment.
The defending men's champions of the Easter Basketball Championships are on track to defend their title. The Saints have notched 3 wins so far, but are still cautious heading into the knockout stages. Talendo Dakadaka reports.
The Saints team looks to be in a comfortable position to earn another Easter Championships title. Led by national reps Leonard Whitty and the Sikivo brothers, Tui and Semesa, the defending champions know that the road to glory will not be an easy ride.
Tomorrow in the knockout stages, in the quarterfinals and up, I think every team that will make the quarterfinals will be tough onwards, and so we're not going to overlook any team. We're going to treat every game like a final, and so we expect a lot of stiff competition tomorrow.
Not undermining other teams like the Warriors, the Saints are confident that they can defend the title.
Yeah, I think we put ourselves in a very good position to do that. Not undermining any team, and so I think if we can play our game tomorrow on the day, and I think we should be able to defend the title.
The finals of the Easter Championships will be played at 3 p.m. tomorrow at the Vodafone Arena in Suva. Talendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
Brisbane's Western Suburbs has ended Lakemba's run in the LICI Easter Cricket Championships. Western Suburbs won the encounter by 7 wickets. The two teams were battling it out for the last spot in the semi-finals, which begin tomorrow. Lakemba won the toss and batted first, with Semi Ndakai making 37 runs. Matt Bison was the best bowler for the visitors, taking 5 wickets for 41, while William Yambaki took 4 for 18. Meanwhile, the semi-finals will begin at 9:30 tomorrow morning at Albert Park in Suva. The Suva Crusaders will take on Suva Warriors, while Mothe will face Western Suburbs. That was your Friday night sports. Have a safe and blessed Easter weekend. Good evening.
Weather now. Hope your Easter weather was enjoyable, Trish.
Definitely, Jackie. It was fine weather for a beautiful family day out for Suva, Nandi, Lotoka, Ba in the morning and the afternoon. As for Lambasa, fine in the morning, cloudy late in the afternoon, but for Savu Savu, cloudy all throughout. Looking at today's temperatures, the lowest out of all was Suva and Savu Savu at 30, whereas Nandi and Lotoka were at 31 degrees. Ba at 32 and Lambasa again the highest, hit 33. Tomorrow expect fine weather in most places, including Suva, Nandi, Lotoka, Ba, fine all over in the morning and also in the afternoon. Looking into Lambasa's condition, fine in the morning but cloudy in the afternoon. Hidden Paradise, Savu Savu, cloudy all throughout. Now look at this, a beautiful capture of a picture of a sunset. Happy Easter and have a great long weekend. Join us again next week.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. Just a quick look at our top stories tonight. Special court sitting for murder suspects, PDP to have 30 females in party lineup, and Christians mark Good Friday. To this week's poll question, we're asking, should the old Rewa Bridge be demolished? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's FBC News for tonight. I'm Rita Priyadarshini. Joins you tomorrow evening. I'll be back again on Monday. Till then, good night and happy Easter.
Talita na radio Fijuan na muiran no takunua.
Ando talita kana borrongo na radio Fijuan singa toka boleta ni station ni alumatua.
Ando talita ka bale una borrongo na radio Fijuan station ni alumatua ilo toka.
Ando talita ka bale una borrongo na radio Fijuan na mandi na station ni alumatua.
Au tungoi korbo. Ando borrongo leve na station ni alumatua na radio Fijuan.
Ando borrongo na radio Fijuan na station ni alumatua na bandoi tele.
Na radio Fijuan nandu mai bitin bonga ni BNN.